Hello and welcome back to my Hinnom multiplayer series. I believe it's episode 17 and it is turn 39, I think. Yeah, it should be turn 39. Last turn we attacked Marverni after a bungled diplomacy session, I guess, instance. Sauromadia got a new sub, and I felt obligated to try to make his first couple turns a little easier. So I was pressuring Marverni to make at least a temporary truce with Marverni. He initially refused, so we attacked him, and this does not look like the right turn. No. We are on turn 38, we want turn 39. Turn 39 right here. Alright, so, let's just, get straight to the battles. This is some of my small commitment rating. Just spending mage and mage turns. And you might wonder, like, what would be better for raiding, troops or troops generally, right? Well, if mages can do the job of light raiding as well, they have more overall utility in the game. Right, because they can research when they're not doing stuff instead of just eat maintenance costs. And if it only costs, say, 1 gem each or 2 gems each, if it's an air mage, it's not a big commitment in compared to troops. So this is what, I think like 120 gold. I don't know if we can see here actually. So like 360 gold to raid this province and 3 gems. If we say compare that to if we did Avites, which are 25 gold each, we'd probably want to raid with at least 10 of them. Probably 15, but if we did 10, that'd be 250 gold of investment versus this 360, so it'd be cheaper on gold, but they wouldn't necessarily be researching and having the other uses. So yeah, power, or Phoenix power, fire elementals. You can see how the fire elementals do. Oh, actually you can see I Phoenix powered, and that's to grant them limited, what's it, limited immortality. So I kind of had the expectation that they might die, say, versus random archer arrow, and we see that 2 of these guys got shot up and they're running. But 1 stays, so we'll see if we can finish out the fight. So thinking back, Phoenix Fire only works if you're not fatigued out, and after 1 elemental summoning they're almost at that 100 fatigue, so I'm not sure it was worth it or a good idea to do, since those mages are pretty much going to be fatigued out during most of the fight. So first fight goes well, we take it. It's a moderate amount of PD, maybe 15, maybe 20, 10, 15 maybe, I don't know. Second fight. This is farmland, we attack. It's not gonna be much for fancy, we just kill it. Well, we buff up and then we kill it. So yeah, nothing too fancy. But you see that there's a second fight in that province. Atlantis came into it. So we're both fighting Marverni now. And I guess he answers my sort of cry to get Marverni to stop fighting Sorrow. So he has one of his capital thugs that we saw earlier. It's got decent gear, has a good shield with ice protection. This is, I think, a cold 3 province, so it should give him good protection. Not sure if we can really definitively see how much it is. It has a frost brand, dragon helmet, which is there for head protection and 5 morale, which is pretty good. It has red scale armor for more morale, fire resistance, and an essential flask of holy water for self-blessing. Because these capital mages do not have Holy One, they cannot bless themselves without other people doing it, or an item doing it. This particular guy is heroic. He has increased attack skill, which is more threatening for me. On my side we have the sort of basic gear, and he didn't get to a lab in time, so he still has a water breathing ring from when I took that lake, and he has unequaled obesity, which gives him bonus HP, which is pretty good. However, he is going to be fatigue negative, so over the course of fighting it out, he's going to fatigue out, since he doesn't have enough reinvigoration. So, if he's looking at his script, it is Iron Skin. Summon Earth Power. These trees kind of make it hard to see here. He's doing Quicken Self. Does he do anything else? Iron Will, Magic Resistance. So I'm doing my standard astral scripting, Body Ethereal, Astral Shield, Blessing, Magic Resistance, Personal Luck. And he's doing a mix of water and iron, or earth, fluffing. So you can see 30 protection. Oh, he didn't do liquid potty though. I would have expected that. Or temper flesh. But he has that quickness, so his skills are pretty high. So we can see how this accidental bump goes. Just sort of bouncing back and forth. He's dealing pretty good damage. I don't have a lot of protection on my guy, and my body ethereal is useless against the magic weapon. But we can see between my vine shield, I think probably okay defense skill. No, it's actually not that strong. But between the vine shield and regeneration, we're both not really able to kill each other. Looks like eventually my guy fails his morale check, and it's not really that high for Melqarts. Base of 15 morale. And we can see his isn't especially high either, but he has the 2 items to boost it up. So after hitting at each other for a while, my guy eventually fails his morale check, and he retreats. And that's how the battle went originally. Kind of a funny bounce. I think we both choked at each other at the time. Next fight. This is my troops running at PD. This looks like another 15-ish PD. We'll speed through it. Yeah, slingers will not have a chance against Dawn Guards. We lost no one, we routed them all. This is definitely seeming like it's pushing 20 PD. Maybe even more. Next fight, Ravenna. This is another Melqart. This is the Earth Melqart. He has better gear since there's no water breathing ring. This bracer of protection will help boost his defense and prot, especially for his head. Head protection from Melqarts isn't very high, but through Iron Skin it will get decent. Against him we have a pretty impressive Marverni stack. So it looks like we have these druids. I think these are his Recruit Anywhere guys. We also have Astral 1 guys. He has some pigs. He has some of his national troops with tattoos. And if we go into it, he is doing a pretty big communion. Awakened tattoos. Blessings. Summon earth power, so this is looking like a pretty big battle out of him. So, as an astral nation and communioning up, let's see, what's the communion looking like? 4 slaves, 2, so he's getting a boost of 2. So he's pretty much just doing the minimum to, to boost up his paths by 2, so it's not equipped for a long fight, I guess you could say. Or the balance of the communion isn't meant for a long fight, which is fine because my troops couldn't threaten this province. So if he's expecting me, he's gonna do some sort of anti-Melqart script. But we see mass protection, curse of stones, and so on. So this isn't especially scripted to fight a Melqart. So it looks like he scripted this fight and left out of his fort expecting or prepping it to fight one of my armies. And he unexpectedly found a Melqart. Because if he was just expecting, well, one Melqart, he wouldn't be wasting all this time buffing up with Body Ethereal, and probably not Summon Earth Power, no Blessings, or Iron Will, oh, no, Iron Will's mine, or the Lux. He'd just be doing, say, Soul Slay or Mind Burn, something specifically to counter thugs, and okay, a lot of spells going off now. That Curse of Stones. And we see a lot of Gift of Heavens. Gift of Heavens, I believe, is 150 damage magic bludgeoning strike. And you summon 3 of them for each spell cast of it. Melqarts do not have more than 150 HP, so one hit is going to lead to a bad time on this Melqart. Pretty scary. They're super close to my Melqart, no hits yet. He is killing his pigs though. And Melqart begins to fight it out. So it looks like only 2 waves of Gift of Heavens came out. They very luckily for me missed. And it kind of looks like it's going to be a brawl now. We see some Frozen Heart coming out. That's going to be a spell that counters my Melqart. He only has 5 cold resistance, so it's not enough. His mages are on advanced and cast spells, so that's good anti-thug scripting there. But it looks like he's not getting lucky on his rolls. They're not doing enough damage, or he doesn't have the critical mass to get through my regeneration yet. Looking at the Melqart, his HP is pretty high. The Vine Shield is damaged. He does have a chest wound, but he does have the reinvigoration to counter it. That chest wound. His troops and his mages are routing. Other guys are fatigued out. But it looks like we win this bump. And what is a very fortunate win for me. And this is about how it went for me in the real battle. I didn't know if the different game version might lead to a different outcome. I'm not sure why Melqarts. Did I go in slow? We'll see, I guess, in this version if he runs or not, but him being my Melqart. But I don't remember like a bunch of troops fatiguing out in my Melqart taking this long to win. Still a couple bugs in the back here. Excuse me. But eventually we win. I'm not sure if we should have won that fight, but with the balance of that communion, we killed the 3 of the 4 communion slaves. 2 of his masters somehow died. We kill a bunch of his troops, a bunch of his free spawn pigs, sacred pigs. Oh, the bless. We should show or review the bless. It is Vena. Right, so these pigs should have it. Nope, that one didn't. Right, so we see poison resistance, fortitude, forest survival, so just cheap enough earth nature pretender, and we showed the pretender many turns ago. It was a big boar, I think. This is pretty much the effects of temper flesh, so after protection it cuts down these damage sources by half, which is pretty good since they have 20 HP. They can take a lot of hits, and since they're sort of tramplers and running through lines, having some kind of defensive bless on them is nice to get them to survive longer so they can trample longer. So yeah. Unfortunately for him, my giants are as big. Oof, that's a nice picture, but fortunately for me, none of my guys are smaller than these pigs, so he can't effectively use them versus me. Yeah, so that was the bless. Next battle. I think this is another light raid from Ami. Mass protection for some reason. That was not a smart choice. 2 air elementals, 1 fire elemental. Versus 6, 8 PD, 10 PD. So this isn't the most gem efficient, but we'll see how it goes. Elementals pretty easily handled. Yep. No one retreats that time, so clean fight. We see Arco kill some indies somewhere, and Marverni fights one of Saramadia's stuff, or provinces for events. 700 gold, that's very nice. We get a magic site, thunderstorms are raging. I think this is an air site. Another 150 gold. Get a new famous hero. He gets heroic endurance. This is the guy that just face tanked that Marverni stack, so cool for him. For site searching, going quick, 1 site, 3 sites. So probably our best turn for remote site searching. In this lake we were doing Voice of Aspu to, oh no we weren't. This lake we did it. I guess we found, no we didn't. What lake was it? Was it not Voice of Aspu? No, it's Arcane Probing. In this lake. So 1 astral, 2nd astral. What was the other site? Starlit Pond here. So 3rd astral. So astral's getting a bit stronger. We're at 12. So 2nd war, or 2nd turn of the war. Marverni hasn't agreed to our peace terms, and we do see that he took this fort. So he is pushing in on Sauramadia as we push in from his back. It looks like we're raiding 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces this turn. Excuse me. We have a Melqart here. A Melqart here. A Melqart here. And a Melqart here. So 4 Melqarts raiding 4 provinces. They all look empty. Oh, we have a 5th raid. We're just hitting troops here. Since we control all of this, Marverni does not have any flying or snow movement, so you should be able to just kill whatever's in here. On this front, I am merging up my former army from Russ. I'm just getting the troops together for now. It's 80 infantry for the most part. I'm keeping these troops on my front with Baratos primarily, but Sauramadia as well. I don't have any sort of peace agreement with Baratos, so I need to have a show of strength so he doesn't think he can easily fight me. Here we see a empty province flag. So at the time, well, event-wise as well, I'm not sure what can cause this outside of a Centaur. This used to be controlled by Arco, so besides me and Arco, I don't think anyone has any amount of blood access. Well, no, Sauramadia does, but I don't know if he can Centaur. This also should definitely be too far away. But it seems like Baratos did a Centaur on Arco. And maybe I didn't gather it all together fully this turn, but in the next turn or two. We see another raid on Marverni here. So Atlantis and I are both raiding Marverni pretty heavily. Marverni lost what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces this turn. I'm taking another 5 next turn. So that's whatever Atlantis is doing. Anything else? Research. Have my enchantment 6. Think I need to wait in fire gems, but with 16 fire income I don't need to wait super long. I am summoning these Sair. I'm doing multiples of them, and I'm spending out my blood economy to do it. If we look here, how many do I have so far? I have 10 so far, so got another 15 next turn, and that's a decent little stack for using in fights. Am I doing anything else in my homeland? Doing a black servant. So you're crafting boots of the mile strides. I don't know what that is. Couple owl quills. Since Atlantis and I are friends by common enemy, I guess we're doing some trading. I am asking for firebrands, and in exchange he asked for owl quills. No, that's not a really fair trade. Normally I think it's pretty favorable to me since firebrands are a very powerful item. They're much better than frostbrands because they have armor piercing, which halves the enemy's protection, and frostbrands do not do that, so this will make my Melqarts good for penetrating armor, such as versus Atlantis, if we were to thug fight some more. Is there any other crafting? Eventually I'll sort out these items so it doesn't look like such a mess, but for now, I guess you can suffer with me. And I didn't learn you could sort items for a while into this game, so eventually I'll get there. You do see more sheds coming out of Marverni. It's definitely good on blood hunting. I think last turn we might see that this was an empty province, so I think Baratos is doing some wonky send horror and claim with a scout business on Arco, so it's not a full-fledged war, but it's kind of bullying Arco a bit. And I think at this point with the sub, Arco and Saramadia agreed to a truce. Atlantis also joined in with a truce on Arco. And it's kind of everyone dogpiling Marverni now. Atlantis is raiding him, I'm raiding him and gathering armies, and Saramadia is on the defensive end of Marverni's aggression. So, considering Marverni was possibly the second most powerful nation in the game, especially if he got this boar free spawn snowballing for so long as he did. He's not a good matchup for me with the boars, but in other ways he is. So, killing him as the second biggest nation is an option. My other option was fighting Baratos, so this is turning out well for me. If you look in his lands, not a lot of sites. Excuse me, here we have a library. And we did see in this fight he has 2 sages, so he's had this for at least a little while, recruiting sages. There's also this covenant, which gives some disease healers, which is cool if you don't have them, but I have true healers. What else? Yeah, so I'm working towards Conjuration 6 now. Why am I doing that? I am looking for... What am I looking for? Fire snakes. I don't think I did those. Oh, specters? Okay, I think I'm going towards specters. That's economy sort of thing I'm stopping at. Though if I'm doing specters, why am I getting pale riders? I guess I'm just trying to get some more siege strength out of these death gems, but specters is a tech I need to work up the death tree. If I do want to convert this blood economy into vampires, I need to work up death and boost in blood on someone, or get someone high in blood and boost them in death, but it's a whole lot cheaper to boost blood than it is death. Let's see, this is turn 39, let's get to turn 34. turn 40, sorry. Turn 40. Claim a throne. Let's just check site searching. 1 site, 2 sites, 3 sites, 4 sites, 5 sites. So good site searching that time for once. Here we see centaurs attacking us. I'll look at this. This is on one of my most important provinces. This is where I have a lot of my capital mages staged for just so they don't eat population elsewhere. These mantises are pretty scary. Very high attack skill, good damage, piercing damage, 4 attacks. They have good protection, good HP. And for me, I don't have any PD. There's 0 population here, so you can't have any PD after that. Have patrollers in these hawks. And I have Sayers patrolling. They were patrolling to catch scouts. But looks like Baratos sent me something else. This is not going to be a good fight for me, as you can see, birds drop down on me, or on him, and they could just HP route me once they get routed from these mantises. These Sayer don't have enough damage, and their attack skill is not the best, but with harassment penalty they can hit. Oops. I guess with berserking they get a bit more damage and can maybe do something, but even then, this 22 protection makes it hard to kill them. The bird patrollers run. These mantises murder my Sayer. Kill 1 mantis in a second, but kills all my Sayer. So I lose some important gem troops there. Moving on to the war on Marverni, first battle. PD, some leftover troops. Doing some swarm. This was before the swarm nerfs as well, so I'm not sure what this battle result might look like, but I don't know, it should be a pretty easy fight. Speeding through it. Kills the bugs, kills the pigs, kills the bone tribe, indies. Yeah, that's one. I think I'll just show the battle results. We successfully raid. We catch some more pigs that are transporting around, kill them. Next fight is take control back of the province that we presume Baratos did a centaur on, so didn't cap it with a scout, so that's just kind of strange. Marverni attacks us, takes back an empty province. Pretty high commitment of troops. We attack him, take a province. This is a moderate mage stack. He takes another province back. Excuse me. Atlantis raids a province. And our troops raid a province and we lose 1 Dawn card. So, pretty successful turn for raiding for us. I think we gained like 6 provinces but lost 2. Events, got a lot of gems here. Cool, very good event. And this is why luck plus magic 3 is really good, is you get events like this, which can really boost your long-term gem income. If you do like quick math, this is like 5, 15, 20, 26 gems. So that's almost as much as some nations' total gem income as an event. So really good event. I like getting luck 3 and magic 3 for that specific type of event. Here we find a magic site. I'll check after. Something else attacks this province, but since we don't have any patrollers or PD, they instantly take it. We catch some the false prophet, and we also catch a star child. That's from something, I'm not sure what, some old event. So a lot of sort of bad indies getting at us now. And I think that's it. So here, this is the province that we presume Baratos did a centaur on. Right after that, troglodytes attacked us, and you can see this deepest cave of the province was found by a random event, and it triggered an attack after the magic phase attack with centaurs. So pretty exciting times for these guys, but they're safely inside the fort, so I have this guy breaking siege. He's hitting summon earth power, iron skin, temper flesh, blessing, hold. And as you can see, this guy's pretty similar to Melqart in strength. I think the attack skill is a little bit lower. Maybe like 1 or 2 points lower, but like stat for stat, balls are pretty similar to Melqart. They don't have the innate gear Melqart does, so you have to put more equipment on them, but still pretty good thugs. And I don't think I realized that at the start of the game, that they were pretty similar, but it's something to consider doing as the nation. So let's see. Results of this turn. Marverni's just kind of taking back his cap struggle that we took last turn. We're doing deeper raiding. This time we are hitting on top of these forts. And we can also see Marverni is doing some deep raiding on Atlantis and on Sarumadia. So I'm racing in on Marverni's land, and Marverni's racing down on Sarumadia. However, Marverni does have a very powerful force in his cap ring of influence and in these other western forts. I am hoping to catch Marverni off guard on these fort fights. I also don't expect him to have a huge number of mages, so should hopefully catch him off guard and raid them and just sort of apply more pressure. My goal with this raiding is just to like deplete his gold income at this point and increase mine. I'm not doing lasting damage, but I'm doing short-term damage. And if I can, you know, we saw that he took back 2 provinces from me this turn, but I also took, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. I'm hitting another 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces, so as long as I keep taking more land that he can take back, at least on this front, I'm making successful pressure on him. Atlantis is also doing his raiding, and yeah. I'm moving this army back here to this fort. I'm not ready to fight these stacks yet in a proper fight. You can see these troops are also moving back. I'm just sort of moving all these troops back because I don't feel confident in fighting this army yet, or these armies yet, in a Doomstack fight. I think I'm still a little bit low on troop count, so these are just Vlada, Heretics, and False Prophet. So I think I'm having to do a lot of troop recruitment. Yeah, here I think I'm doing troop recruitment on my whole sort of line of forts next to Marverni. So if you look here, this is 180 troops. You see another 150 troops here. Another 20 troops here. So there's almost around 200 troops around this cap circle, plus what we don't see. There's probably stuff in here. And all I have mustered so far is these 30 troops and this 80 troops, so 110 troops versus, what did I say, 400? If he doesn't have troop buffs, it goes fine for me. But if he gets anything, oh god, what, like Fog Warriors, Massed Flight? I don't think I have enough troops to win battles and then successfully siege out these forts. So I'm not comfortable committing to a full fight yet. I also want to wait for more tech. So like, as long as I should be making more gold income than him right now, because right now I'm just gaining land off him. And the land Marverni is taking off of Saramadia is going to have higher unrest. So overall he's going to be losing money while I'm just gaining. And he's not going to be able to sustain this war on Saramadia indefinitely, as he's going to be taking, well, he's fighting a 1 versus 3 war right now, so over time he's going to bleed out gold income, bleed out gem income, bleed out research, because he needs to sort of all in on his war right now while I can continue to tech up and work my economy up. So going slow in this war is okay for me. Not the best though. I always prefer quick wars and ending them fast if I have the choice. We see I forgot my 1 PD here. But yeah, another turn of raiding for me. Gathering up troops. These are some event troops I got. Pretty decent. Doing these Pale Riders to just trying to gather up a lot of troops right now. You can see I'm up to 25 of these Sires, which will definitely help versus Marverni. So yeah, a lot of troop recruitment is going this turn. Getting close to Eternal Pyre as well. I have a message out to Baratos. We were attacked by horrors this turn. Seeing as you're the only blood nation, we see your archdevil in the game, and that is within range of the attack province. I have to assume it's you. Any more horrors will be viewed as a direct declaration of war, and don't think we haven't noticed you using horrors to pick provinces off from Arco. So I guess at this turn I fully realized that Baratos is sending horrors around. Sent one at me. Technically it could be Marverni, but Saramadia, but he has no reason to horror me when I'm helping him right now, so. And the point of this message is to scare him off from doing it. I do not want a war with him right now. I definitely don't have the troop count, I think, to successfully siege his forts and win battles. And if I lose one battle with Baratos, I'm potentially faced to losing multiple forts, as I really just don't have the gold income to get the troop count I need. Big error for me is using these non-Melqart. Non-Melqart are good troops and the magic weapon is very good, but I'm paying 40 gold versus 25 for these Avites, and these Avites are pretty similar in stats to the non-Melqart. So non-Melqarts have better skills slightly, but Avites are still solid. So I think I'm making a mistake at this point in the game by not using Avites everywhere, or at least more heavily, or at all really. I think I'm really only using non-Melqarts, and I should use more Avites. I'm gonna get more troops for my gold out of it, and that's really what I need right now. Is I just need to get troops out. I could also be doing Horites, but I don't think I have enough buffing for them yet. All I have is mass protection. That's not gonna give them quite enough protection, but it's decent. So I guess I could use them too. They'd have, what, 15-20 prot. It's not terrible. But yeah, I'm definitely... I shouldn't be completely focused on using non-Melqart, so that's a mistake I'm making. And the outcome of this mistake is I'm just not recruiting enough troops to have enough to threaten sieges on Marverni. So yeah, I don't think I rambled too bad that time, hopefully. We can see Dominions starting to like push out everywhere, filling in Russ's land. It's summer right now, so it's getting like a 2 heat bonus everywhere. So it's really helping to help my gold income. If we check the scales real quick. You know, province is going up since the war is, but gold income's going much stronger now. Gem income is shooting up. And I think this is from the rating, primarily. Oh no, I did find a lot of sites this turn. Thinker is kind of all over the place though, but yeah. Gem income's getting a lot stronger, have a whole bunch of nature, good fire, good astral, decent death, okay earth. I'm also importantly finding uses for a lot of my gems. In my treasury, you can see I'm getting a whole lot of gear now. I'm getting these armors of the knights, which are very cost-effective armors for even Melqarts. It's very high protection. I'm getting a good range of equipment. Getting boosters like the Bloodstone. Have skull staff still. I'm getting coral blades for bonus HP on mages if I want to help keep them alive in fights. I did these last turn. These are very high mat move boots, so if I need to move someone in an like emergency situation super fast, I can throw this on someone. Have a little bit of supply items ready in case I need it to siege places with low supply. Mostly covers it. Still doing some remote site searching. Still summoning troops. Need to clear these independents off. But yeah. Guess overall for this war, still raiding Marverni. He's getting triple teamed. And he's refusing my offer of peace still, so I guess we're continuing on the war. So the bungled diplomacy we are being rewarded after the bungled diplomacy, which kind of feels bad because this wasn't a war I intended. I think I said I napped him pretty close to before this war. Don't recall if I like broke the nap 3 of it, but I did but he was expecting peace out of me, and I did sort of backstab him a lot badly. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.